Howdy folks, Uncle Bumble here. A while back I was watching some more knife review videos, and then I got on to watching some more knife mod videos, and a couple hours after watching those I thought, that looks like something I want to try. So I went and got myself a Mora knife, and I made this. So it's a Mora Companion, and it's carbon. It's not stainless, it's carbon steel. Comes with a sheath. You know, it's under $20 for the knife, so you're not going to get the greatest sheath in the world. But it's good. It's functional. You can grab a hold of the sheath and just shake the piss out of it, and the knife doesn't come out. So I figured it's good enough for me. Was messing around with it, and I had some molly laying around, so I tried to slide the clip into the molly, and it doesn't quite fit. But as you can see, I just removed a little bit of material on both sides, and it slides right in there nice now. And because of these two hooks. Yeah, you can kind of see the hooks there. Because of those two hooks, she's real bare to get out of that chunk of molly once you get it in there. So, you know, that's kind of a good thing. So that was the first thing I did. The next thing I did is I wanted to have a little extra cordage on here, you know. So I whipped it with some paracord, and I used the whipping of the paracord to hold this pouch on. I'll show you how I did that. All right, so one of the modifications is I want to add some cordage. And I'm going to do that by whipping the sheath. It's just a way of wrapping paracord around, or any type of cordage around. It keeps it nice and tight. You don't have tag heads floating around. I'm going to use it eventually to mount this. First, I'm going to show you how to whip the paracord first, in case you don't know how, because I'm going to have to do some modifications when I do mine to get that to stay on here, mount that on here. But right, so basically all you do is make a loop like this. Just get that laying like that. You come down here and you start wrapping around. It's nice and tight. Tighter it is, the more cordage it takes to get around, and that way you got more on there in case you ever need to use it. All right. Once you get started, there we go. It's not that bad. All right, you just keep that loop in the center. Oh, look at that. It's coming undone on me. So I'll go in parachute. Let's slide that up. Try that. Get away from the taper a little bit. All right. I don't like that twist. And then, you know, it can be as pretty as you want it to be. This I'm not keeping on there, so it doesn't have to be that awesome. Let me flip-flop the ends here, see if this is faster. All right. And you don't have to go all the way, but throw more wraps on here quick, kind of show you how to finish this off. There's a couple ways to finish it. All right, for demonstration purposes, we'll call that the end. So then what you would do is just run this through here. I got a lot of extra cord because I'm going to try to get most of this cord on here, but it's out of the way. All right, so all I've done is run the last bit through that loop. And you just grab down here, just pull down on this, and it starts to make your end go underneath. And now it's tucked in there. It's being held underneath by these. There's a couple things you can do. You could snip this off and put a knot up there. You could just cut it off right here and melt it to that one, or cut it off and just pull it underneath. So all you would have is this end part, and then to unravel it, you would just, if you just cut it off and there's this tag end isn't hanging out anymore, you would just pull it this and pull it back out. I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably cutting it right here, kind of melting it so it doesn't fray, and just leaving that little bit there. So if I wanted to, I could come along with a pair of multi-tools or needle-nose pliers or something and pluck that piece back out. But then just to get it undone, you just get it back out. You just tug. It's a little difficult, but that's kind of good, right? So it doesn't come undone on you when you don't want it to come undone. And there you are. You can start tearing it back apart. So, but that's basically how you whip. You would just pull underneath, and then you can put a knot down here or cut it flat too. So, yeah. All right. So I'll show you how I'm mounting this on here. So I'm whipping my way up the sheath, and as I got past where the strap's going to be, basically, I'm going to take an X across the outside so that the paracord holds the sheath up and keeps this from coming undone. So basically just running her around like that once, over, and then back in behind, and then I'm going to keep continuing just how you normally would do it until I get to the next strap, and then I'll do the same thing. I'll make an X and we'll continue on from there. Okay, so pretty much there it is. There's my last wrap around the sheath, and then took it through that loop that was laying against it. So I'm just gonna try pulling this underneath. Put her on camera here. I'm trying to get some leverage on it, so I keep wanting to take it out from underneath the camera, but there we go. I'll just pull a knife out of there. Start pulling her under. There. She's pretty taut. Oh man, I don't know about this. I don't know how I feel about that, but I think that might be good. Maybe it's tightened up the cord there anyways. So we'll snip her here and here, and we'll call that a wrap job. And I've got this in there just so I can get an idea how tight it goes in, because if I tighten this up too much, then I probably won't be able to get this in there. So alright, so that's pretty much that. Alright, so I just did a little snip job and a melt job on this end, and then we're gonna pull it under again. I pulled it back out. Yeah, I'm liking the way it's going under this time. There we go. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna call that good. I'm afraid that if I pull too far and get this loop off of that, I'm gonna rip that thing right out of there, but that ain't going nowheres. And then so what I'll do down here is I'll snip this off. Well, instead of talking, why don't I just do it? That. There we go. Like I said, I'm going to try to put a patina on my Mora. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to double boil. I'm going to put this in here, and that way I can get the vinegar boiling. I don't think that putting hot vinegar into this little vase would be a good idea. I think it'd probably thermoshock, and then that vase would be no more. So I've just filled it up so that the vinegar will basically reach the bottom, or all the way up to the handle, so the whole blade's submerged. I got all my stuff laid out here. I'm going to use my little twig stove that I made to boil this outside, so I don't have to smell vinegar in the house. So, alright, let me see if I can get this started. I tried just a minute ago with my blast match to get this birch started, but this birch is pretty wet. So I went and got me some dryer lint. Let's see if we can't do this thing. Here, birch ready to throw on top. There we go. Looks like it might go. Just with birds to catch before the lint dries out or burns up. Should have did this a little further away from my twig stove, huh? There we go. But yeah, broken or not, it still works. And then I got some fine. Oh, there we go. Bird probably took off. Pine twigs, them in there. They're usually nice for getting fires going. It's a nice windy day to blow all the heat away too. So yeah, there we go. We got a fire going now. All right, so then I'm gonna get this going, and then I'll be feeding this thing for a while, and it smell like the manly smell of wood smoke is around the wrong side of the fire. And then also vinegar, a little less manly smell. I won't make any comments about what vinegar might smell like. So anyways, all right, let me fiddle around with this thing and I'll get back with you guys. So this has been chooching along for I don't know how long. I had a nice little chat with the meter reader. I'm sure it's not every day he goes behind somebody's house and sees a grown man sitting Indian style with a little twig stove going and a knife and a jar of vinegar. But yeah, that's what he got to run into today. But just like I said, it's been going for a while. Let me pull out here and I'll show you what's going on. It's not a full boil, but can you see it doesn't have the shine like she used to have. If I put it in front of the camera, it might help. But it's starting to mat up, and I'm going to keep it going. I like the nice dark heavy look. So I brought this in for a close-up here. As you can see, the water's not boiling, but when the smoke's not in the way, you can see there's bubbles rolling off the blade, and that's the vinegar and the steel reacting. It's oxidizing. It's a controlled oxidization, easy for me to say, of the metal on the blade, putting that patina on and preventing it from being able to rust. Oh yeah, it's just a vibrating, but it's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, the gloss is gone. She's got a nice matte finish. I'm gonna keep her going. I want to try to get it. I've seen them where they're nice and dark. That's kind of what I want to go for. So, all right, just wanted to bring you in to get you to see that water's not boiling, but there's some reaction going on between the vinegar and the steel. Now, as far as the knife itself, I didn't make a whole lot of modifications. The knife doesn't have a 90-degree spine, and as most people know, you need a 90-degree spine for scraping your ferro rod, or you can use the 90-degree spine for processing tinder. You can scrape cedar trees, the bark, to get some shavings for kindling, or if you split down some wood, you can just use the innard. You can use it to shave the wood that you split down to get some nice fine tinder to help start a fire with a ferro rod or flint and steel, or something that you're using a spark to catch fire. So that's the one thing that I did. And the other thing I did is, since it's high carbon steel, it has a chance of rusting, but you can put a patina on it, or a finish on it at home to help prevent that using apple cider vinegar, or you can also do it with mustard. And when you do the mustard, you can put designs in it. I don't like mustard, so I didn't want to mess with it. And so this is what I ended up with. It's quite a matte finish. It's a pretty nice dark gray. I don't know. Yeah, it comes through pretty good on the camera. I'll try to get a picture of it before. It had quite a shine to it. You could have maybe used the blade as a signaling device before. I like this finish better, so that's what I decided to go with. And the reason I went with the pouch on here is it gives me options. I can kind of customize this or change up what I have in there based on what I'm going to be doing. I got this. What I have in there is just a little Altoids tin with OD duct tape wrapped around it. Knocks down on the flash, and duct tape's useful for lots of other things. But this pouch also fits my Leatherman super tool. pretty conveniently, you know. It's not going to come out of there. Now I've got 2 tools in one, and I can, you know, gives me options like I had said. What I have in the Altoids tin is just some fire starting stuff. Down in the bottom, when the tin's in there, there's room to shove 2 little wet fire gel tabs for fire starting purposes. Those get shoved down underneath. And then in the tin itself, I had found this handy dandy ferro rod just laying around on the floor after I dropped my last match. And then I've got some water purification tabs. I don't want to pull that stuff out of there. There's some trick birthday candles in there because, you know, they relight themselves. If you get them going, it's a little windy, they'll relight themselves. And a piece of cotton with some Vaseline shoved down in there. But that was just my first idea. I mean, I can always change out what I got in there later on. So here you go. This is my Mora. There's many like it, but this one's mine. But yeah, I really suggest, you know, if you're into bushcraft or you're thinking about getting into bushcraft or knives, it's a good place to start. It's a cheap little knife. It's a fun project. I really enjoyed doing the finish for it. I love the result of the finish too. It sticks in there pretty good. It's not hard to get when it's out on your belt, but you know, I just love that finish. Just boil it in vinegar, put a little gun oil on her, stab it into the sheath, and now we're done. But yeah, like I said, hundreds of videos out there. Watch through a couple of them. You know, pick and choose some ideas, some things that you want to do. Make this little knife your own. I find myself fondling this knife quite frequently over the other knives, you know, because I'm personalizing it's mine. So get a chance here coming out in you know, like a week, coming up in a week, to maybe go out and use this and put it to the test. And nice thing about it, if I don't like it, well, everything comes off except for the finish, but I'm in love with the finish. Although this knife is Swedish, so don't get that confused. They probably wouldn't appreciate that none. Anyways, this has been Uncle Bumble. I just want to say I appreciate all my subscribers. Make sure to like and share as you guys see fit. You guys have a great day.